What's up, YouTube? I am finally back home. That's right, I am done with my first year of college already. It is the middle of June. How did I just finish my first year? Although college was long, I did a lot of things, met a lot of people, and I feel like I had a lot of great experiences. And, you know, being college, I learned a few things. 10 of them, to be exact. I learned 10 whole things in my 9 months at college, and I'm going to share them all with you right now. Now, I feel like a lot of times people will share, you know, oh, I learned what it meant to be a human, blah, 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 this boring stuff, right? I have 10 things that I learned at college concretely that I could not do before. Let me tell you what they are. Number 1, learned how to juggle. Yeah, so I took this circus class. During that class, I learned a lot of things, but I think the most practical, the most party-friendly is I learned how to juggle. It took me about 2 weeks to really get it down. I had an audition downtown coming up, and they said that if you could juggle, that would be great. And basically for me, that meant like, oh my gosh, I need to learn how to juggle. And I was already in this class, so I ordered some Amazon juggling balls, and I got to it. And I've got the juggling chops to show for it now, so that's pretty awesome. Now, another thing that I had the privilege to do in my first year of college was a cappella. Yes, I am one of the people who do collegiate a cappella. But during my time in collegiate a cappella, I learned how to VP. VP stands for vocal percussion, most commonly known as beatboxing, and I kind of had a feel for it, but I never really tried to do it seriously. And as we know, collegiate a cappella is very serious, so I got down to that right away. So, you know, you start with a simple beat, you know? Right? Cool. Yeah. It's a little wet sometimes. I've been doing music for most of my life, and so because of that, I've seen a lot of the facets of music over time. Bands, choirs, orchestras, solo artists. I've done a lot of music, okay? Just trust me. But one thing that I never thought I would need to know how to do, or just know how to do, was orchestrate music. Orchestration is basically putting parts to instruments and understanding which instruments play which parts and which instruments should never play certain parts. And it helped me understand what means what when you're listening to music, and that benefited me a lot as an actor, performer, and musician. I'm gonna play you a little bit of my orchestration final, an orchestration of the song "It Only Takes a Moment" from the musical Hello, Dolly. Thing number 4 that I learned how to do in college, I learned how to talk to anybody. And now I know what you're thinking. Jay, you seem like such a talkative guy already. I wasn't always like that. I was a very, very introverted kid. All I did was read books. So many books. But now, I feel very comfortable talking to people, and I have college to thank for a lot of that. See, before, I was pretty talkative, but I didn't really know how to listen. And that's what this is really about. I learned how to talk to anyone because I learned how to listen to everyone. When you're trying to start a conversation, some people think that if you have nothing to talk about, then it's very difficult to start that conversation. But I learned how to listen and take what other people are saying into account to understand how to respond or to not respond. College has really helped me out with that, so yeah. Listen more. Speaking of speaking, the 5th thing that I learned how to do at college was read and understand IPA. IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. And basically what it does is it logs all of the sounds that humans can make, and it puts them all into one language type thing. It's not really a language, but there are symbols that allow you to understand what these sounds should be. So it helps you learn other languages, dialects, and anything in between. I think that IPA is crucial to understanding how to speak in different dialects fluently and consistently as an actor. And I think that everybody should learn IPA, even if you're not an actor, because it really just helps you understand what is going into another language when you're hearing somebody speak it, and if you're learning another language, it really helps you understand how to replicate that sound yourself. Don't you love the decorations I have going on here? I haven't been back to this room in several months, and I don't know if I'm gonna give it like a makeover. I don't even really wear hats that much anymore. They used to not even really fit on my head, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. But speaking of which, that leads us to the sixth thing that I learned at college, which is how to dress appropriately. Now, I've always been one for fun when it comes to dressing. I've always been a rather adventurous guy when it comes to what I wear, when I wear it, and how I wear it. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes you just don't wear that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, and if you don't, then listen. I learned what it was like to dress for casual, business casual, formal, extremely formal, black tie, casual. Did I say casual already? Athletic as well. If you're taking dance classes and other kinds of things, you need to know what kind of things to wear and when to wear them, how to wear them, and to make sure that you can be the best at whatever you're doing. This year, I was pretty heavily involved with Stitch magazine, Northwestern's premier fashion magazine, and now, more than ever, having been appointed the multimedia director of the magazine, I've really thought about what it means to wear what I'm wearing in my body and what that means for the people around me. I've become a lot more conscious of what I wear, and I think that more than ever now, I've been able to dress for an occasion appropriately. The seventh thing that I learned how to do at college was how to start a business. Now, granted, I had started a business before going to college, my photography business. Link in bio. If you want some headshots, hit me up. But I didn't really know what that meant at the time. It was simply me, my website, and my word of mouth. But after taking principles of entrepreneurship, I really began to understand what it took to build a business, to make sure a business keeps growing, and what to do if your business stops growing or begins growing in a different direction than you had intended. How to pivot your direction of your business so that you can continue to grow and to get investors to invest into your business. And I think that this class has been so important in shaping how I view the world and how I feel like I can contribute to the world. And I would encourage anybody who would like to add something to the world, whether it be in a business venture or any kind of entrepreneurial field, to take a class like this, or at least find a mentor who's willing to help you take that venture to the next step, like my professor's been for me. The eighth thing that I've learned how to do in college, how to outline a paper. Now, if you're watching from elementary, middle, or high school, don't get me wrong, my English teachers were amazing. They were the top-notch English teachers, and they definitely taught me how to outline a paper and how to make sure that your paper is cohesive. However, I do think that for me, I learned and really understood the benefits of outlining papers before writing them in college. Countless times I've had to write a paper and I didn't know where to start, and so before I would have, I have an introduction, I got my thesis, maybe 3 points if I'm lucky, and I kind of just, go for it. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I just go for it. And that works sometimes and that doesn't work other times. But outlining has consistently helped me be not only more concise with my language, but also to explain my points better with proofs that I've already planned to put in, instead of writing something, realizing that I don't have a site for it, and then finding some BuzzFeed article that supports what I'm saying. Outlines are huge, highly recommended. The ninth thing that I learned how to do at college was how to work out. Yeah, I mean, can't you tell? When I got to college, I had already been an athlete. I'd played basketball and soccer all the way through high school. Tried baseball, wasn't for me. Ran a 5K, threw up after. But I'd been pretty athletic overall. And I dabbled in the gym, but mostly it was just me playing my sport and hanging out with the guys on my team. But after getting to college, well, things got a little bit different. First of all, in the theater school, there was not that much of a pressure to stay in shape. I mean, sure, you can dance, act, and usually sing better if you are in shape, but that doesn't stop anyone necessarily. Not like it does for you to be slow getting back on the basketball court. So for a long time, I didn't have that urge to work out, but when you've been playing sports for a while and you stop, your body knows. And my body knew. Also, my roommates knew. For some reason, both of the roommates that I ended up having my freshman year were very into physique building, so I couldn't help but feel obsolete. And I can't feel that way. So I went to the gym with them. They taught me how to work out, what exercises did what, how many to do, and how frequently to do them. And I think that with that combination of experience and application, I've been lucky enough to be able to stay in shape, and I feel like I'm in a good position to keep moving forward this summer. More videos to come on my fitness journey later this summer. And last but not least, the 10th thing that I learned how to do this year in college was manage my time. I know you might be thinking that's a loose statement and that I was going to be talking about concrete things here, but seriously, time management is more essential than I could have ever imagined, and after actually understanding what it means, I realized that I had been bad at it for a very, very long time. I'd said this in one of my previous videos before, but Google Calendar is so helpful with putting in classes if you need them, rehearsals, meetings, anything else that could come up in the college life, which is everything. Appointments, lessons, lunch, literally lunch, working out and sleep, even these things that we think are intrinsic to the way of life. When you get to college, that all changes, buddy. Sometimes you might have 4 back-to-back classes and then a 4-hour rehearsal after that. Right, we do that, right? We all do that, right? Do yourself a favor, get Google Calendar, put everything you need in, and then guess what? You can check not to see it if you don't need it. But you can always check it on if you do, and it is a lifesaver, let me tell you. After a while, that calendar becomes part of you, and you really begin to understand how much your time is valued at. I could not tell you how many times I wished I had been doing something else, or could have planned something in between 2 things so I could have gotten dinner at another time, or just so many things. Time management is probably the biggest thing that I learned how to do at college this year, and I'm so grateful that I had that experience to do it. Now, obviously, I learned a lot more than these 10 things at college, but I thought that I would kind of highlight what it was like for me my first year, and what I took out of it, and what I can concretely say that I learned, and that I'll take into the future with me. If you have any more questions about what I learned in specific classes, or with certain groups, or whatever it might be, let me know. Leave a question in the comment. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, enjoyed it, if it helped you out, and subscribe if you want to see some more awesome content. I'm really excited for this summer. I want to make a whole lot of different videos, and I finally have time to do so. Sorry about those dorm tours that kind of just stopped. I had finals and I had work, and it was a lot, okay? It was a lot, but hey, we're back, baby. So, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.